be honest, I think it was sort of more my own experiences and my sort of words to myself. We never listen to our own advice. We can talk about what we hope to be and who we'd like to be, and we getting through our most difficult situations. And I was creating an artificial light for myself by saying all the things I hoped I would have and the person I would be. People would come back and share their experiences about how the music had affected them and how it had inspired them or how it had made them feel okay about who they are. I mean, that was my reward out of this. Self-betterment through one's own adversities. The world isn't exactly the nicest, happiest place on the planet, but you don't have to go around with a cloud over your head and being miserable and stuff, and actually being alive and being intellectual and being aware. And being aware of what's going on in the world around you is paramount. No album cover has ever been arbitrary, and no album title has ever been arbitrary. They've always related very heavily to the material as though it were a book. I see it on an intellectual side as how I put these things together, and other people just see it as there are some people who see it very literally. I always felt that there were a number of different audiences I was talking to, and one of them would be this very minority audience who would get it and see all these little weird references in there that were hidden. There's nothing in VNV that is without some deeper meaning. It's all right to be different, there's nothing wrong with it, but then out of that, you have the potential to be an incredibly creative person. Because you're detached from society, you have this great potential to express and define the age, because they are the people who have defined every age. And whether we are like this by choice, or we were born like this, or whether we were like this because circumstances made us like this and we saw the world as different than we expected, like it or not, this is who we are, and we've got to deal with it. But I was around long before the word goth got used. As far as a community, it describes whether people take it anally, ridiculously serious. I've been at goth clubs where people kind of asked me to leave because I wasn't properly dressed for the evening. One of my biggest problems was that when I was in school, the elite crowd were the jocks, and the last thing I want is to see the very people who were the victims of that go off and form a club where they end up perpetrating the exact same injustice. Goth means so many different things to different people. It's this umbrella term. When it evolves into this sort of formula that I'm goth and you're not, that's when I start to draw the line. I like the fact that goths have a sense of humor about themselves. There's a lot of areas of music that take themselves way too seriously. But we're all geeks. I mean, we've all grown up. I mean, this is the most computer literate music scene of all. It's weird. Like, you come to North America and the whole kind of this scene is a very, very different animal than it is in Europe. You see a Hot Topic in a mall, and I love it. There's all the people who are detractors about Hot Topic. I love them because if you've visited some of the cities that I visited and you see that there's a Hot Topic there, you go amen, because 12 to 15-year-old kids can actually go somewhere where they can buy music that they like, order it, hear about other bands, meet other people that are like them, and actually feel accepted. And it's in a mall right next to the Bed Bath & Beyond. Here's your conservative America. Here's your, keeping up with the Joneses and having the perfect little covers on the couch and all that kind of crap. The people who live like that. And here's my store. And that's what I wanted when I was 15 years old. I think it serves a fantastic purpose. And I know so many of the people who run the company and they believe exactly the same thing. So they're not doing it dishonestly. So as far as I'm concerned, great. What keeps us going? We love what we do. I mean, I sit in the studio making music, and if I don't make music, I'll burst. Do you know what people would say if they walked in off the street and saw all of you here, all dressed in black, but everybody's smiling and having a great time? They wouldn't get it. The goth industrial crowd is alive, very, very alive, has a great sense of humor. That inspires us in a way. It's like this sense of humor and yet this very welcoming, warm community. Music plays in my head whether I like it or not. Songs write themselves in my head and I do not choose to do so. It's just in a quiet moment when I'm washing the dishes or doing something, a song will start playing in my head. It's like you just need to sing something. And I end up writing it down and making a record of it and release it and hope that people will like it and it expresses how they feel and who they are as a person.